What's going on, everybody? Glad to be back here. Don't have much time to stream these days, but might as well jump in today right now. I had a little bit of time and I said, why not? Let's jump in here. A lot of things are happening in the crypto market. That's one of the main reasons why I'm here. But guys, let's get excited. Let's start blowing up the chat. See how you guys get in here. Ties in Coin, what's going on? Griff, what's up? Brett in the house. Fud, what's going on? And everybody else, guys, smash those likes if you haven't smashed the likes. Hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed just yet. And if you're not a member, become a member, guys. We just got some new emojis, some new little things going on for the members. So make sure you get in tune with that as well. Sack Nasty in the house. What's going on, man? So yeah, guys, lots of things happening in the crypto market right now. I mean, I'm super excited. There's a lot of talk about the ETF. There's a lot of talk about, Blackrock getting involved. What is this going to do for the price of Bitcoin? People are talking about it doubling the price, in the next bull market, because realistically, the soonest it can get, the latest it can get approved, or soonest, the soonest possible, I guess. I don't know how you say that. Uh, would be 45 days from their initial file date. Would be the quickest they can approve it. But there's a lot of things happening right now with Grayscale, and they're in court with the SEC about the ETF situation, which is something that they believe they are going to win. Right? They believe 100% that they have a very, very good chance of winning, and if they do, that will change the game a lot quicker than we expected. Why is my hat tilted? Is it my hat tilted or is my head crooked? I don't know, guys. Like I said, let's smash the likes. Let's look at the market overwatch here. Um, Rick Ryder is yo. What's going on? What's going on, guys? What's up? Make sure you start joining in. Make sure you become a member. Hit those emojis. I got some Fugazi emojis going on for you guys in there. So make sure you hit that Fugazi emoji every time you see some Fugazi coming up. All right, so let me share my screen here. You guys, we can see the market overwatch, see what is going on in the market right now. Let's do a quick little refresh. Market cap is at total market cap is at 1.19 trillion, up 1%. Bitcoin is at 30,600, up 1% today, 8% in the week. It was up to like maybe 15 or 12% just yesterday or last week. Bitcoin has definitely been moving. I can tell you that. Definitely. Ethereum at 1,800, right? BNB 237, Cardano at 28, XRP still doing its thing at 48 cents. Tron moving up into the top 10. I haven't seen Tron in the top 10 in a long time. What's going on there? Let's see. Solana closing out the top 10. Polygon up 5%. Litecoin up almost 10% in the week. Polygon, I was able to scoop up some Polygon at around 55 cents, 54 cents, and definitely was a good choice. I mean, if we drop back down below there, I would definitely be scooping up some more Polygon as we go along. But let's see what the top 24-hour gainers are. Compound. Ooh, I haven't heard much about Compound in a while. Stellar. Woo Network. That sounds like a scam. Pepe has definitely been moving. Yeah, 57% the last week. Arbitrum up 5%. Nice. Bitcoin Cash 109%. Massive movement in this last week. I believe this has something to do with the ETF that just released recently, that has caused that movement. Neo up 12% a week. Very, very interesting. You see what the top losers are. BitDAO, dun. FraxShare, Kava, Stacks, Algorand. I mean, so many people are super bullish on Algorand. I hope it does well for them, but I just feel like Algorand is nothing but red, man. I don't know. I don't know. ApeCoin's been taking a massive hit. I mean, Yuga Lab assets have been taking a massive hit in general. Guys, if you're bullish on this ETF news, if you think this is going to change the game, smash some emojis in the chat right now. Hit some thumbs up. Throw me a 1, throw me a 0 if you think it's not going to happen. Let me see what you guys thinking. Are you guys bullish on this ETF thing? Do you guys believe that BlackRock getting involved is good for crypto, is good for Bitcoin? I'll give you my opinion. I believe it's good in the short term, right? It's good for price appreciation. It's good for the fact of risk. what's the word I'm looking for here? Not risk management, but reputational risk is a better term. Reputational risk is reduced by BlackRock getting involved. And what do I mean by that? I mean any fund, any company, any asset managers, any financial advisors trying to give you some advice on maybe getting involved with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will probably look like, what is this guy talking about? Is this guy even legit? Right. But now with BlackRock in the news, with BlackRock getting involved with the spot ETF application, and that definitely changes the reputational risk. Right now, if a financial advisor talks to you about Bitcoin and they tell you, well, and you're kind of skeptical about it because you don't know a lot about crypto, he just needs to point out, well, BlackRock, one of the largest companies that does this, that, and the third. They're definitely heavily getting involved, and I think there's a great opportunity here. Boom, people are sold. People are once feel more confident that are not, and I'm talking about people that are not involved in crypto day to day like we are, right? I'm talking about the traditional finance people. But in the long term, they're gonna gobble up Bitcoin, right? And if they're gonna gobble it up, that means that a lot of people are gonna miss the boat on Bitcoin. A lot of people are gonna miss the boat on a lot of assets because they're gonna start with Bitcoin, but they're not gonna stop there, right? They're gonna get heavily, heavily involved with a lot of different things in cryptocurrencies, and they're gonna make a lot of money. And they're gonna make sure that they scoop up as much of the supply as they possibly can, and they're gonna sell it to you for premiums, or maybe not you exactly, but people in the traditional finance, right? So short term, yes. Long term, maybe not so much if we're talking about decentralization and not so much accumulation under one huge asset manager. Um, but the great accumulation race, you probably have heard this, has begun, right? Hong Kong is getting involved with crypto. BlackRock, Fidelity, Invesco, a lot of other yeah, Fidelity, I already said that, are all getting involved. They're all Grayscale, Kathy Woods, they're all fighting to see who gets approved first and gets in and accumulates as much Bitcoin as possible and sells you as much Bitcoin as possible. The first time gold was introduced with an ETF, it skyrocketed in price, and the trading volume is going to be massive, right? We're talking about trading volume. We're going to hit some articles here today talking about trading volume. Excuse my daughter is crying in the background. She's crying because BlackRock is going to buy up all the Bitcoin. So if you're as sad as her about buying up all the Bitcoin, smash those likes. Brett says, I agree. I think short term it will help bring more people in with institutions being able to buy through that. But I agree with that. Long term will probably add more manipulation to the market. Yep, 100% agree, Brett. 100% agree. So let's actually look at the charts here. Look at the charts here real quick on Bitcoin. Look at the daily, see what's going on. So not much has changed, right? I'm looking at the data. I look at a lot bigger outward scale. I'm not doing any daily trades with it right now. But we've broken the 29,700, right? We've been up here before. We made all the way up to about 31,000, and then we broke all the way back down. Retested this quarterly pivot here at 24/7 perfectly. Bounced right back up, and now we're back up here again. Hit that 31.4. Was once again not able to hold it and have fallen back in here. As you guys can see here, I don't have it marked, but you can see that this area, this node of volume here is lighter, right? It's kind of faded out compared to this. So that means this right here is the range. This is the range that we were in. We broke out of this range to the upside, which is a good thing. But we also did this back here, wasn't able to hold it, and we fell back down. And once we fell back into the range, you're going to rotate the range all the way to the bottom, just like we did. We lost the range here, and we came right back up. As you can see here in the previous quarter, the range is up at about 31,000, right? About 31,000. So this is why we're hitting this resistance up here, is because this previous quarter range is about 31,000, and breaking above this range is difficult. There's some resistance here. And you're seeing it here, you saw it here. So it all really depends. If we can break above this range, we'll probably be heading up to 32,000. That's going to be the next big area of resistance, right? We have a weekly horizontal key level here, 32.2, and then we have 32.7 as resistance for this quarter. So we're going to be checking that out as we break out of this. But if not, if we break back down, we're probably going to rotate this again and just continue this range until, we either break completely up or we break completely down. I do not believe we're going to break completely down. I do not believe we're going to lose this 24,000 pivot here, and the next support line will be like 19. Um, I don't think we're going to head below 20,000 for the rest of this year. I think we're not going to see below 20,000 unless we do wick out here at 19. I think there's a CME gap somewhere around here. But in my personal opinion, do not believe we're going to go back down that low anymore. Now, with everything that's happening right now with the ETFs, with BlackRock, Hong Kong, just a lot of traditional big money getting involved. So I don't believe this would allow Bitcoin to come back down. There's just a little bit too much positive tension happening in the crypto markets right now. Unless we see something catastrophic happen in traditional finance that will bring down crypto with it, I don't believe it's going to happen. We are heading into an election year, so I think obviously they're going to try to artificially keep things up, and you don't want to go into an election year with things crashing. So for that being said, also the next year is the Bitcoin halving. So I think from now we're going to start seeing some slow movement here, maybe sideways crawling. But if we start heading higher, right, 32,000, we break 32, we start heading up to towards 40, 50, and we hold there towards the halving. After the halving, and we get these ETFs approved between now and next year, because the latest they can delay is about 240 days, I believe, is the latest they can delay before they either have to completely deny it, or accept or approve it. So that also kind of in tune with the halving of next year for Bitcoin. If all those align and we're already at that 40,000 level plus, I think we can see some massive super cycle action. I believe Bitboy was talking about that the other day as well, and I've heard a few other people talk about it as well. But I've been a proponent of the super cycle this whole year. I think that there's a lot of things lining up. Right, we had the bank crisis earlier this year happening. We've seen a lot of different tensions in the traditional finance and people moving towards crypto. Right, Hong Kong not coming back, like I've said before. Now we have all these massive fund managers getting into the ETF spot game for Bitcoin. A lot of things are lining up for a super cycle possibility if things do play out. So, guys, if you haven't smashed those likes, smash those likes. Show me some love. Hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed, guys. I don't think we've picked up a sub in like a month. I think we literally haven't picked up a sub in a month. We're trying to break 10,000 here before August, right? We need about what, 400 or 300 subs more between now and August. I think we can make that happen. I think we can have a comeback. I think we can have a little massive pump here like Bitcoin and get to 10,000. So if you know a friend that watches crypto and isn't subscribed to Debate Crypto, let them know. Let them know. Come over here and watch. So let's jump into some articles here, guys. And by the way, Jim Bitcoin says, yo, what's up? Guys, let me know in the chat. What are you guys thinking so far? What are you guys thinking? Let me drop your thoughts. Drop me some emojis. Get the hype going. I want to feel the love, guys. So let's jump on over here to the first article. First article is talking about Circle. We already know they're massively connected, right? Connected to BlackRock as well. Circle CEO optimistic over Bitcoin spot ETF approval. Progress is being made. So I'm not even going to go into this, but let me explain to you why this is important. Right. Circle and BlackRock are heavily involved. They know what's up. And I think they're preparing, right? BlackRock did not just file for the ETF on a whim, right? They didn't just file and say, well, let's just throw a dart at, close our eyes and throw a dart and see what happens. They're not going to make a random move like that, right? I also believe they have a stat that is, I believe, 500 over 500 ETFs that they have applied for have all been approved. Their record is like 500 and something ETFs approved. Only one ETF in their history of applications has been denied. Only one. and they have over 500 something ETFs approved. So that puts into perspective the fact that now that BlackRock has moved in into this application process, they know something. They know something that we don't, that a lot of people don't know. And the other companies that are getting involved with the ETFs are saying they also know, right? BlackRock knows something. That's why I'm applying, right? Because they get put in first in, first out. Whoever applies first gets approved first. So nobody that applied after BlackRock is going to be approved before BlackRock, and nobody wants to be the last man in. Nobody wants to be, 3 months or 4 months, 6 months, or even a week later, late to the game of the ETF spot game with Bitcoin after BlackRock hasn't been involved. I believe the first one that's up in line is actually Grayscale with ARK Investments. I think they're the first ones up because they're in the lawsuit with the SEC, and then comes BlackRock, and then a few others, Fidelity, and so forth. But they all want to be within hours or maybe a day or two at most from each other, get approved, and then go live, go live, go live, go live, because it's the amount of trading volume, right? In the minute all the trading volume goes into one, it's hard to siphon trading volume from one to the other. It's just human nature. So the fact that Circle CEO is coming out talking about this, it's kind of letting you know there's a lot of optimism about BlackRock getting involved with this. And Circle, like I said, is heavily involved. BlackRock has connections with the SEC. BlackRock has the connections with everything. They know so much. They have so much resources to their disposal to know inside information that most people won't know. That's why they made this move. And that's why nobody expected this, right? But now that it is in play, everyone's thinking the same thing, that they know something. Their record shows it, right? Over 500 ETFs have been approved. Only one has been denied in their record. They're not just going to apply to get denied. That's why they've never applied before, because they knew that they were all going to get denied. But something is happening right now with regulation, with Gary Gensler, with the SEC, right before the next happening, right before the next massive boom. There's something happening that we don't clearly know 100% just yet, but they do. And that's why they've chosen now to apply. And talking about applications, we've got good old Hong Kong launches support for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, which is awesome, right? Ethereum ETFs are right after Bitcoin. I believe even Canada has Ethereum ETFs as well. ETFs provide simplicity and convenience for new crypto investors, said Sai Labs co-founder Jeff Fang. Right, the customers can now trade Bitcoin and Ethereum futures exchange traded funds, broadening the access to digital assets derivatives in the emerging Asia crypto hub. Right, the ETFs are easily traded as securities. Were listed on Hong Kong's so-called Easy Invest mobile app on Monday. They offer trader exposure to Bitcoin, Ethereum futures, and so forth. This goes to show you Hong Kong, China, right, has been massively against Bitcoin. They've already got their CBDC in place. They are involved with the BRIC nations. The BRIC nations have been talking about moving towards Bitcoin, right? Moving away from the US dollar. De-dollarization has begun. And now China is getting back into the Bitcoin game. Will they ban it at some point in the future? Maybe, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore, because now that they have their CBDC in place, my theory is that every country, every nation is going to have their own CBDC to be able to control their populace. But at the same time, as a reserve asset, not that's going to be the main reserve asset, but as a portion of reserve assets, just how Tether has many different reserves, right? They have some cash, they have some of this, they have some of that. Countries do the same thing. I believe countries are going to start accumulating Bitcoin as a portion of their reserves, and it's going to be a coexisting mechanism between the CBDC and the Bitcoin allocations for these countries. And they're getting involved. So I don't think they're going to going back against Bitcoin at this point. I think they finally see they have all their pieces in place, and they say, well, now's the time to move on Bitcoin and move away from the US dollar. And, you know, They're showing it. They're making moves, right? Talk is cheap, actions are what matters, and they are definitely making it happen. Patrick says BlackRock Pepe ETF next. People wish. I don't see it happening. I don't think it ever will. But you just never know, right? You just never know. But maybe at some point in the future, once they have enough ETFs and they have enough regulation, they get rid of Gary Gensler. Maybe they'll have a meme coin ETF where they just a basket of meme coins and see what's up, see what happens, and investors will take on that kind of risk. I don't believe it's going to happen. That's just a funny little thing that we all would hope for, but I don't think that's ever going to be an actual reality. It's just doesn't make a lot of sense. But let's move on forward here. We've got the first leveraged Bitcoin ETF in the US sees 4.2 million in trading volume since the debut. Since the debut. Right. This came out today, I believe. Yeah, today is what, Tuesday? Yes, today's Tuesday. I believe it came out today. So Volatility shares 2x Bitcoin strategy exchange traded fund BitX, the first leveraged crypto ETF in the US, started trading on Tuesday, witnessing about $4.2 million worth of trading volume. So far, it went live. The ETF saw about 500K worth of shares traded in the first 15 minutes. According to the data from Bloomberg, the current share price of BitX is around $15.4 after rising as much as 2% to 1590 since the start of the trading session. The U.S. Securities Exchange Commission allowed the ETF to become effective on Friday. Okay, see, the SEC is making changes here. They're moving. They're doing something. Setting the stage for it to start trading on Tuesday. A number of future-based ETFs products already trade in the U.S. However, the SEC has consistently blocked spot products from launching over leveraged. Other leveraged Bitcoin futures products have also failed to secure the necessary approvals to launch. The first ETF backed by Bitcoin futures to launch was ProShares BitO, which saw about $1 billion of trading volume on its first day in 2021, according to ProShares. So, little piece of news, nothing massive, but the ETF game is happening. Traditional finance is getting more and more involved with Bitcoin, and we're in a bear market, which shows you that even though there's tons of FUD out there, they're doing this now, not because of the hype, right? They're not doing it because of hype, because of FOMO. They're doing it now because they are getting prepared. They are positioning themselves. The whales are accumulating. They are buying while there is fear in the streets, while people are bored, while people have clocked out, moved out, not being paying attention to crypto at all. These institutions are moving in now. There's already a big boom happening in the Congress to try to get rid of Gary Gensler, restructure the SEC, and do this whole shebang. These things are happening now in the bear market. In the bull market, by the time bull market comes around, it's going to be settled. It's going to be taken care of. It's going to be massive because then the FOMO will come, right? So you build it and they will come. They are building it right now. They are building in the bear market right now. They're not waiting for the FOMO and hype, right? Just to make a quick buck, just to use the exit liquidity. They are stacking up crypto right now. Obviously, this is a futures ETF derivative. This is not them actually buying Bitcoin of any kind, but institutions are positioning themselves 100%. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Go look up what's happening, but it is. Guys, just want to quickly remind everybody here. Let's get 20 likes. Let's smash those likes. If you're not a member here, make sure you subscribe to our membership. Got some fire emojis in there. Got some Fugazi. I can't wait to see the first person to shoot out some Fugazi emojis in the chat. But let's keep moving forward here. We've got what's going on here? No. Let's move on back. All right, here we go. Talking about building, Bitcoin mining firm Riot secures 33,000 new rigs for $162 million. The firm has also claimed an option to potentially purchase another 66,000 machines. So they've secured 33 and they're thinking about possibly buying another 66, equaling, if they did, be 99,000 machines to mine Bitcoin. Why? Because the Bitcoin halving is coming, right? They're obviously buying ASIC miners, and where are they going to put them? Who knows? Probably is going to be somewhere in Dubai. Well, Riot is actually, I think, might be based here in the US. I'm not sure. Well, in the world, yeah, one of the largest mining companies in the world. I forget what they're based. Can anybody tell me in the chat where Riot Platforms is based? Are they based in the US or are they based outside? Let me know in the chat. My thoughts here are simple. The Bitcoin halving is coming. These institutions, these companies, right? They got to buy the Bitcoin somewhere. They're not going to buy it on the exchange to pump the price. They're going to buy it off the miners, right? They're going to do OTC deals. The halving is coming in less than a year. These mining companies that know what's happening with BlackRock, that knows that the bull market is coming, that knows that the halving is coming, that it's going to drop from 6 point something Bitcoin to like 3 something Bitcoin. They are getting prepared and they want to buy as many machines as possible, set them up as quickly as possible to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible now, before the halvening, before the next huge run up, before all these institutions get the green go, right? The boom, the thumbs up to go buy spot Bitcoin, right? And have their spot ETF. They're gonna have to accumulate this Bitcoin somewhere. They're gonna buy it from the miners, OTC deals, all kinds of stuff. That's why these mining companies are getting involved in buying more machines. The time to be bullish on Bitcoin has, you're like, if you're not bullish on Bitcoin now, I don't know what you're gonna wait for. If you wait for after the happening, if you wait for the next bull run, you're gonna be massively late to the game. Not just because you're gonna be priced out of Bitcoin, but you're gonna be priced out of the altcoins, right? The altcoins are gonna have a massive pump because when that FOMO switch happens and people realize, like, oh snap, I missed the boat on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is blasting off, right? Bitcoin is at 60,000 again. We're hitting new all-time highs in 2024, 2025, and people haven't gotten in. Everyone's gonna FOMO into the top 15, top 20 cryptocurrencies, and then it's just skyrocket from there, right? Altcoin seasons start coming, and it's just you're too late to the game. At that point, say goodbye to your 10x's, say definitely goodbye to your 100x's, even though nothing in the top 15 or 20 is gonna 100x. But nonetheless, accumulation, right? The great accumulation of Bitcoin is happening right now. And if you're priced out of Bitcoin and you can't afford to get a huge portion of Bitcoin, maybe even just one full Bitcoin yourself, you're saying, well, I'm just going to buy Ethereum. I'm going to buy Cardano. I'm going to buy BNB. I'm going to buy Polygon and so forth. And a few others that are out there that are really good as well. Now's the time when these low prices are happening. Obviously, it's not financial advice. I'm just letting you know you don't want to be getting in when the FOMO is happening because you're missing out on a bunch of gains. You have the time is now to dollar cost average, put in small amounts over a large period of time, frequently over and over, and accumulate versus just throwing a bunch of money in, possibly buying a top, and then panic selling on the way down. Brett says Riot platform site says they are in Colorado. Okay, so they are US based. I thought so. I believe they're in the Nasdaq. I believe 40K would be an eye opener. I think we're a lot closer to 40K than people realize. I think we could potentially hit 40K by the end of the year. I think a lot of things are happening, and we just need a little bit of momentum in a certain little direction, and I think we can hit 40K a lot quicker than people think. Could be wrong. You never know. Obviously, not financial advice. Talking about not financial advice, let's talk about FTX. FTX is making a comeback, guys. FTX lied to banks for years about commingling funds, new CEO claims. I'm not even going to get into this because none of this matters. What matters is the fact that FTX is still relevant. What matters is the fact that FTX still exists. The fact that they are literally raising money. I believe they just got like 7 million or $8 million worth of customer funds or something like that. And they're going to be using that to restart the exchange. What? Like, are people like not awake? Are people asleep? If they are, let me let you wake up real quick. Like, hello, did you guys not realize what happened last time? Why would you allow FTX to come back? Why would you allow FTX to recuperate any type of money? All that money should be going back to the people that lost their money. This FTX thing, if people will come back to FTX because new people will arrive on the scene and they'll jump onto FTX. I will never use FTX. I didn't use it before. I will never use it in the future. I hope none of you use FTX. No matter what they try to persuade you with, type of trading fees, any kind of no, 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 just no. Don't do it. Don't do it. And they're not the only ones commingling funds. I'm sure there's other out there like Robinhood and all these other Fugazi exchanges are out there commingling funds. I'm sure they're not the only ones. That's why I don't trust exchanges, centralized exchanges. That's why I use decentralized exchanges. That's why I hold custody of my own crypto in hardware wallets. That's why I do not leave anything on centralized exchanges. Don't trust centralized exchanges. Try to use them the least amount of possible, right? I understand that there's on ramps and off ramps, and you have to use them at some point, but minimize your usability on them, minimize your exposure to them, and don't believe them. Don't allow them to crawl back when they literally stole everyone's money to their face. Like, I know we're in the bear market, people have short term memories, and by the time the bull market comes back, people will forget, but don't be one of those people. Write that shit down in your journal. Write it down in your journal, guys. I'm going to jump on over to Twitter now, see what's going on the Twitterverse. We've got Congressman, U.S. Congressman represent Bitcoin says Bitcoin represents freedom, financial freedom, and the ability to transact with freedom. 100% agree with that. That's why it's got a little heart emoji right there. That's right. Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he will make sure that the right to use and hold Bitcoin is invaluable. Invaluable. No, not invaluable. They cannot violate it, basically. Official, obviously, Bitcoin futures ETF, BitX, which we talked about earlier, had one of the year's most successful first days of trading. We've also talked about BlackRock, the fact that they believe ran near host of the banter host. He believes it's going to double up Bitcoin's price. I believe that definitely could happen, right? We're at 30,000 now, and even if we stay somewhere in the 30,000 level, by the time next year comes around and we start approaching that halving event, plus the news, plus potential news of a BlackRock ETF being approved by that time. Because remember, I told you that the latest would be like 240 days, which could align itself with the around the same time as the ETF, as the Bitcoin halving. This would be massive. Massive FOMO will happen at that point because they're not going to be the only ones. If they get approved, Fidelity is going to get approved, and a bunch of other ones are going to get approved, and then everybody's running to get as much money as possible, and there's going to be billions, possibly trillions of dollars, but definitely billions going into spot ETFs, and people are going to FOMO for sure. Guys, smash those likes. Third Patriot in the house. What's going on? Smash those likes. Get involved into our membership program. Subscribe to our membership program. If you're not here, support the channel. Guys, support the channel. We got some fire emojis, like I said earlier. We got some fire emojis. We got some Fugazi. We got some Bitcoin emojis. We got some DCA emojis. I appreciate all of you guys. Whoever's a member right now, fire up those emojis, guys. What else we have here? Let me see. Let me move it back. Obviously, BlackRock ETF, people are losing court case. Yes, they might approve, right? Because if they are going to lose, if SEC is going to lose the court case with Grayscale, they might as well just say, hey, BlackRock, go ahead. Bitcoin ETF is approved. Bam, slam, ram. That would be best possible scenario as soon, like real soon, like in the next couple of, month or two. That would be massive. Like I'm telling you, oh, snap. Nope. Go back. That would be massive. Over here as well, Grayscale has a 70% chance of beating SEC in court to get Bitcoin ETF approved. Grayscale's in the lineup. I believe they're right ahead of BlackRock. But if they're going to lose, they're going to Approved Grayscale, approved BlackRock, and is off to the races. Largest bank in Spain says Bitcoin can process more transactions faster than Visa with millions of transactions per second. For everyone out there saying Bitcoin is trash, Bitcoin is dinosaur technology, it's faster apparently than Visa and MasterCard. So it's good, right? It's got usability. So I definitely see why they're going to be getting involved. We've also got news that the Bitcoin and crypto custodian Prime Trust lost access to wallets in 2021 and owes customers $82 million. Always a reminder, not your keys, not your coins. Is exactly what I was telling you guys earlier. Do not trust any centralized exchange. Don't let anybody have custody over your Bitcoin. I can't even pronounce that, but it has a nice little flag next to it. Flag of what? Is the French flag or something? Oh, the flag of Luxembourg or whatever. Bitcoin held over a year will be taxed at 48.78%. That's crazy. You hold an asset for over a year and you get taxed almost basically 50%. 50%. It's risky. Don't buy it. It's terrible. But if you do make money, we want 50% of it. In neighboring Germany, Bitcoin held over a year is taxed at 0%. You know how much money is going to fly on over to Germany? Right? We're seeing this happen with Dubai. We're seeing people running over to Dubai to set up businesses and set up businesses over there and, just do their thing with cryptocurrency businesses over there because that's where there's the tax incentives, right? America used to be like that. Not anymore. Not anymore. Crypto tax rate 0%. Let's see what other countries have a 0%. So Germany's got a 0%, Bahamas got 0%, Cayman Islands, El Salvador, Panama, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominican Republic, Saint Vincent and the whatever. I don't even know how to pronounce this country. The UAE, obviously, that's where Dubai and all these countries are at. Banned in China, not anymore. Banned in Pakistan. Another stand at 0%. And where the United States at? The United States is at 20%. 20%. We're failing as a country here, guys. We're failing to be competitive as a country. Let's keep moving forward. Bitcoin likely to scale into multi-trillion-dollar market cap. Well, yeah, because if these Bitcoin ETFs get approved, we're going to see trillions of dollars in the market cap moving for sure. We've already discussed this, the Bitcoin miners. We discussed one of the largest banks in the world warns U.S. recession is coming this year. You know who HSBC is? This is HSBC. Hong Kong, baby. Hong Kong. That's who's warning of a recession. They see it coming. That's why they are de-dollarizing. That is why they're moving into Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies. 27 trillion is coming to Bitcoin. 27 trillion. Check this out. BlackRock right here. 9 trillion. Right? Partner with Coinbase. Fidelity 4.2. They obviously are building the digital assets. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, they're involved. Invesco, Bank of America, total assets 27. Obviously, they're not going to put every single dollar into Bitcoin, but small amounts, small percentage amounts is a huge number of money going into Bitcoin. North Korea analyst has warned of an accelerated end of US dollar as the world's dominant currency. I mean, you got to be blind at this point to not see that. Yo, CVO in the house. What is going on? Long time no see, brother. I hope you've been doing good, man. We need to have you in the channel, man. I've been seeing you. I'm jealous, CVO. I'm jealous. I've been seeing you on Sistine Research with Forrest, man. I gotta admit, made me jealous. We haven't seen you on the channel for like almost a year now, man. What's going on, bro? What's going on, man? I need to know. I need to know. But no, man, I'm glad you're doing good, man. Glad to see you here, and really do hope that you get to jump on the channel sometime soon here for one of these shows. Zach Nasty is getting wet over the crypto Bitcoin ETFs. Let's run it, dude. Let's make it happen. We do around the charts every Monday and Thursday now. So any Monday, any Thursday, you're more than welcome to come on and Twitch and let us know what's happening in the altcoin game, because I know you're the altcoin master over there at Leading Crypto. So, guys, that's pretty much all I had for you guys this afternoon. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys smashed those likes. I hope you guys subbed if you haven't subbed just yet. Really need the subs right now, guys. We're trying to break that 10K before our 2-year anniversary in August. Maybe it'll make me sad if we don't make it. I'm just gonna admit that right now. It'll make me sad if we don't make it, but I hope we can, and I think we can. I'm gonna be optimistic about it. I trust you guys to smash that sub. I trust you guys to bring more people to the channel and keep on subbing. Become a member if you haven't become a member just yet. I want to see some Fugazi emojis in the chat as you guys subscribe to become members and support the channel. Tough times ahead, but the bear market is going to end eventually. Bull market is going to come back. Bitcoin is going to explode. Things are lining up perfectly. ETFs, BlackRock, regulations, just tons of money waiting to jump on in. So, guys, if you haven't heard this before, let me tell you, always question everything, trust nothing, and until next time, hodl like a top. See you guys.